This title is narrated with virtual voice, computer-generated narration for audiobooks. Lilly, by Jovie Grace. Chapter 1, Wise Advice. October 1868. It's all mine. Lily Bird spun in a slow circle to absorb the warmth of the fire leaping in the hearth. It was the same parlor she'd stepped into at daybreak to begin her workday. It held the same pair of sofas covered in pale blue velvet, the same pinewood pianoforte polished to a full shine, and the same curtains framing the front picture window. They were white eyelet lace, handmade by the former proprietress, Martha Gable, or Widow Gable, as the townsfolk preferred to call her. It was the same boarding house, yet not the same boarding house because of one monumental change. Rosehaven now belonged to her. Or so its magnanimous giver claimed. Lily knew better, though. There had to be a catch. People never did anything without expecting something in return. There was always a catch. Her fingers tightened around the iron key to the front door. The weight of it felt so good in her hand. So right. She couldn't bear the thought of handing it back, yet that was exactly what she was going to do. I hope you'll forgive me, but I can't accept it. Her gaze snapped back to the sprightly older woman, who was tapping the toe of one black-laced boot, and watching her with a smug sort of satisfaction. It is too much. Too much work? Too much responsibility? Martha Gable waved a hand airily at Lily. Well, speak up, child. I don't have all day to debate the particulars of our arrangement. You happen to be looking at the newly elected chairwoman of the Ladies' Church Auxiliary. She spread the skirts of her violet wool gown in a mock curtsy. Her golden hazel eyes twinkled like two brilliant rays of sunshine. Lily studied her in troubled silence, finally understanding why her favorite boarding house proprietress was dressed with more care than usual this morning. She'd been busy running for office. The woman was always tackling a new project, forever on the lookout for her next big adventure. Well? The widow prodded impatiently. Are you going to congratulate me or not? Lily nodded mechanically. I'm very happy for you. You know that I am. I cannot imagine the church affairs being in better hands. On that we agree. The elderly woman smoothed a hand over her fluffy cloud of hair, mussing it further. It was naturally frizzy, impossible to contain in the bun she twisted it into each day. The resulting white wisps that curled and waved chaotically around her temples and cheeks merely added to her delightful brand of charm. Being the right person for the job is exactly why I threw my hat into the ring, and exactly why the ladies of Cowboy Creek had the good sense to cast their vote for me. It wasn't shallow preening. As the widow of one of the town's founding fathers, she and the late Mr. Gable were among the biggest movers and shakers of Cowboy Creek. Her faithful constituents would follow her into battle. Her voice was one they would listen to until the last breath she drew. It's still no reason for you to give away your boarding house, Lily returned calmly. It was probably the hardest thing she'd done in her life, but she held out her hand and uncurled her fingers. The iron key lay there, waiting for Widow Gable to take it back. The woman gave it a languid wave. Be that as it may, I cannot continue running the place myself. I have too many other responsibilities on my shoulders these days. Lily kept the key extended in her direction. Then I will continue to run it for you. You pay me generously for the hours I serve here. Bah! Widow Gable danced toward the front picture window, fluffing the curtains out of sheer habit. She nimbly reached up to tuck one of the panels more securely behind the brass ring holding it in place. You'll become richer quicker if I just give the blasted thing to you, lock, stock, and barrel. You can't just give your business away. Lily couldn't believe the woman was being so obtuse, and there was no way she was taking advantage of the kind-hearted creature's temporary lapse in judgment. Why not? The elderly woman spun around so suddenly that her skirts swirled around her ankles. The boarding house is mine to do whatever I please with, and I choose to give it to you. I can never pay you back, ma'am. I'm not asking you to, lass. It's a gift with no strings attached. Why me?
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.